How's it going, everybody? I hope you're having a delightful day. Today we're going to take a look at how I was able to get over 36,000 Capital Peak points, and how you may be able to do the same. So let's take a look and see which attacks and which strategies I was using. First up, we are taking a look at a initial hit on a builder's workshop. This is the basic layout. We are using my go-to strategy for taking out this base. It is very consistent, and it will get you a lot of points. If you see this layout in your Capital Peak raid weekends, I would highly suggest developing a strategy to take out the workshop. Maybe not in one shot completely, but at least in, maybe getting like 80% of the base, 75% of the base. Speed things up a little bit. We do have 2 graveyards working on the blast bow. And then we actually have quite a bit of our troops still remaining. Usually the biggest tell will be how many troops survive dealing with the first giant cannon. Yeah, there are multiple ways to deal with the giant cannon, but this is just the easiest way that I've found. If you have a bunch of troops left over, you can get a bunch of extra points. Sometimes you can get really lucky and the troops will kind of dance around and spread out and dodge most of the second giant cannon hits on the back end. Unfortunately though, you will not likely be able to get through the last giant cannon, so have some expectations and manage them. But we were able to get 5,640 on this attack. Next up, we're taking a look at a first hit on a Balloon Lagoon. Now this is the basic layout of the Balloon Lagoon. Don't see too many of these running around lately, but sometimes people just don't change the layout. And this strategy works very, very well. You can get extremely close to one-shotting the whole base. Speed things up a little bit here for you guys. Really comes down to, can the troops tank for each other, and do they take out specific things that need to be taken out? Also can highly depend on the Super Dragon. Does the Super Dragon get to those cannons and splash onto the rocket artillery and take out the second one in one breath? If yes, then you're looking pretty good and you can take out the majority of this next section. And then if you have a lot of stuff left over, sometimes you can take out this back end. Now I forgot what I was supposed to use to take out this rocket artillery. I went with just a pack of Larry barrels to see, but turns out that is not the correct way to do it, as they don't even take out one more defense. However, we got over 6,000 points on that one attack alone. Next up, we're taking a look at the first hit on a Skeleton Park. This is the basic layout, and I'm using a little bit different variation, but it's one of my favorite go-to army compositions for taking out the Skeleton Park. So here it's all about keeping the P.E.K.K.A.s alive, trying to tank for them, and then trying to take out this rocket artillery, and trying to get through this minion hut. Pretty much nothing will survive the back end unless you have a really, really good timing. But even if you do the attack this way, you can still get a lot of points. Skeleton Park is turning very quickly into my second preferred base to hit. My first preference is to clean up a Barbarian camp, because that you can usually get around 6,000 to 7,000 points. And then my second preference is to first hit the basic layout of the Skeleton Park, because as you can see, we are over 6,000 points. And sometimes, depending on the level of the defenses, you can get a lot more. So here we're taking a look at the first hit of the basic layout of the Gong Quarry. As long as this rapid rocket isn't upgraded, you can zap down with 4 zaps, take it out, and clean up that section of the base very, very easily. We'll get to that later on in the attack. But here we're just trying to clear out the center of the base. We have a few troops lined up to help take out the base on the right hand side. Usually 1 Larry Barrel, 1 Cannon Cart, and sometimes 1 Hog Rider can take out that whole right hand side. But here we are trying to see, since I had forgotten about this little compartment of the base, we're just trying to see how much we can scrape together and save the attack. Would have been nice to use the 1 minion and actually take out this whole side of the base, but didn't plan for it. But still got over 5,000 from that attack. So next up we are taking a look at the Balloon Lagoon on raid number 4. That is Wizard Valley. There's Balloon Lagoon. Cleanup attack, because this base has just under 6,000 points available. Going in with the graveyard spam strategy. And here, we'll zoom out a little bit, you can see just pretty much did a whole arc across the base, trying to spread out the troops. And then it's good to save a couple of rams to send in. For whatever reason, the rocket artilleries will target the rams over the giants some of the times. So it helps to send in a few of them behind your army. And then, of course, spread out the super wizards. Definitely never want all of them clumped up together, because if they get hit by too many bombs, too many splash damage, they're just done for. And the entire attack is over. Cleaning up the rest of the base, we have quite a few troops remaining. So we'll see how many bonus points I'm able to get. 5,840 plus 128. And last but not least, we're going to be taking a look at the Barbarian camp. A cleanup attack. We have 6,600 points available. But we took out a good portion of the base on the first hit. As you can see, we just have the 1 rocket artillery, the 1 air bombs, and then most of the air defenses, or sorry, 2 air bombs. But we have an exposed air bombs, and then we have exposed back end air targeting defenses. So if you've been watching me for a while, you know I like to use the rocket balloon graveyard spam strategy for the Barbarian camp. There's just so many ground targeting defenses, it's not worth going ground. You can try, but you'll have much better time using air. We even get a bonus 85. So I hope this video was helpful for you, showcasing some of the attacks that I did, how I was able to get all of these points. So if you liked it, feel free to like and subscribe, and there'll be a couple more videos on the screen. Thanks for watching. Take care.